Good morning. There it is. We finally got what we were waiting for quite some time now. Dawn of the Hunt is officially announced, and GGG basically info dumped us for about 45 minutes with an amount of new content that is probably a lot more than most people were expecting at this point. So I just wanted to do a quick video going over everything we were shown in yesterday's reveal stream, giving you a rough rundown of everything we can expect with the POE2 update that is coming in exactly 1 week. No full patch notes so far, unfortunately, so a lot of this is still a little bit up in the air. As soon as the full patch notes release, we get an even clearer picture of the situation, and I will do a continuous video on those as well. So let's get right into it here. So first thing we get in this update, of course, is going to be the Huntress class. The Huntress class is going to be a melee ranged hybrid class with a spear and a buckler, which includes the new parry skill. We get also 2 ascendancies for the Huntress here. The first ascendancy is going to be the Ritualist. The thing that most people concentrated on yesterday when this released was the Ritualist ascendancy having an extra ring slot, and also a new ascendancy notable with the notable that is 25% boost to rings and amulet. So you get 3 rings on a Ritualist, and you can boost these 3 ring slots like an Ingenuity by 25%, plus you also boost the amulet by 25%. This was pretty much what most people saw yesterday as the best ascendancy that we got yesterday, just by the looks of it. I will do a full ascendancy breakdown on every single ascendancy that we got yesterday in separate videos here. So first ascendancy for the Huntress here is the Ritualist. Like I said, 3 ring slots, boost for ring slots, and the amulet. Also, it has a pretty much built-in headhunter. So you every 25 seconds, it is a buff that holds for 25 seconds. You need to do a small animation of like 3 seconds, and you steal the modifiers of a rare. So it's kind of a built-in headhunter. I think this one will probably be a little bit more gimmicky, especially in endgame mapping. Still cool though. Also, a thing that they showed on stream was the Blood Boil ability that is basically like a contagion. So first thing here, the ritual for the Huntress. The second one is the Amazon. This is kind of a more straightforward damage type with a focus on crit and high base damage. It has an open weakness ability for 50% more damage, movement speed, and skill speed in the ascendancy. It also has some elemental infusion to weapons for more damage, and it also has the ability to leech both life and mana on elemental damage. So this is kind of a more straightforward damage type here. So next thing is going to be, of course, 20 new Huntress, or you should probably better say spear skills in this case. The Huntress, like I mentioned before, is going to be in a way of a ranged and melee hybrid here. But yeah, what these actual skills will be is still in the open. We do have some data mined skills on POE2 database, but if these skills actually will make it into the game with the POE2 update is still up in the air. But if you want to, you can look at the spear skills already on POE2 database. Next ascendancy classes here were the Warrior, Mercenary, and Witch ascendancy. The Warrior ascendancy is based around item crafting pretty much. It is called the Smith of Kitava. First of all, you can have an animated weapon basically that fights for you like a companion in the in maps or whatever you're doing. The second one is also a pretty unique ascendancy here. You are not going to be able to wear a normal body armor. You can just wear a normal body armor, I should say, and then you are going to be able to craft your own modifiers onto that body armor instead of just wearing a unique one or a rare one. It has to be a normal one, and then you can always choose what you want on this body armor with the ascendancy points. The next one was the new mercenary ascendancy. This is the tactician. It has a minion party ally focus. Pretty much it has multiple boosts to minions. It seems like in the ascendancy you are getting also a boost to totems. You can have ballistas. We already saw like a companion, like a skill gem on POE2 database as well. So this is going to be a ally focused in party and minions. The next really interesting ascendancy here, I think, is going to be the Lich, which is a witch ascendancy with a curse and chaos damage focused. It's already also very energy shield based with input damage mitigation on the ascendancy tree as well. It's a little bit like in its series. You will see once I do the full breakdown of all the ascendancies. We also get new skills. We have two of these here. The first one is going to be the Raise Spectre skill. Any monster in the game with this can be raised as a Spectre. It depends on which monster you are raising here, how much spirit it costs. So you either can have a bunch of smaller, less strong specters up for you, or just very large ones, stronger ones for more spirit in this case. This is going to be very, very exciting to see. I think there's going to be a lot of balance changing around this. I do predict that in the first 2 weeks or something for this patch, there will be a lot of things that are going to be pretty crazy with these ones, just with the sheer amount of specters you can have. So yeah, this is going to be very, very exciting. Next skill is going to be the roar mount. This will convert all of your movement speed onto the roar mount. So you're not really faster with this one, but while you are riding the roar mount, no movement speed penalty when using bow or spear skills are going to be applied to you. So you're not much faster on this one, but when you actually cast your spear or bow skills in this case, you don't get any movement speed penalty. So this is definitely a boost to these two weapon classes in terms of movement speed. You can also get knocked down and get stunned if you get too many hits. So there is also a downside to this one. Next, of course, we are getting 100 plus new support gems. Just to have a comparison here, right now we have 200 support gems in the game right now. So we are getting another 100 on top. So 50% more support gems we are just getting with this one update. So this is going to further increase build variety by a big margin here. In the same vein, we are also getting 100 plus new uniques with a focus around mid and end game uniques, they said yesterday in the stream. So it's going to be exciting to see what we actually get unique wise for the late game. We already saw a few ones that might actually be absolute chase items. I think this Merlin here might be a chase item. I think this can be very, very good depending on if it is able to roll lightning spell skills. So depending on which uniques it's going to be here, there might actually be a bunch of new ones that are going to be absolute chase items here. I specifically opened this one here, the Coming Calamity in this case. This is one they showed yesterday on stream, which in my opinion is absolutely crazy. This is probably going to be a very rare chase item here. You get all 3 heralds, you also get maximum life, you get 37 elemental resistances. This is probably a roll between 30 and 40. This is a body armor, by the way, and enemies in your presence have no elemental resistances. So yeah, if we are getting even a few close to this one, there is going to be a lot more chase items in the game now with the coming update. So I just wanted to show this one here as well, which is, in my opinion, absolutely crazy here. Also, what we're getting is unique charms. They didn't specify how many unique charms are going to come into the game. This is also a change that is really interesting, in my opinion. Unique charms we are also getting with this upgrade. Update. The next one is going to be the Esmerian Wisps. This is going to be basically a new crafting added mechanic here. We are getting new socketable items when we actually kill these Esmerian wisps. It is a mechanic that is going to pull through the whole game, not just the end game, but when leveling as well. Basically, we encounter these wisps and they corrupt or they inhabit certain monsters. And when these monsters are inhabited by these wisps, when we kill them, they drop a new socketable currency that we can put into our gear slots. So these are the Esmerian wisps. Another endgame mechanic is going to be the new 7 endgame maps here. There is going to be, for example, the Silent Cave here. This is a new unique maps with essences, for example. We're also getting like different unique endgame maps like the Fragile Lake here. The Azomite Megalith, which has like a 10-wave boss encounter. And overall, we're getting 7 more endgame maps, including unique ones with special encounters in this case. We're also getting the reliquary keys dropped by pinnacle bosses now, which is also going to be a fun thing. They can be dropped by any pinnacle boss, and then you can open a reliquary boss with that key to get a endgame unique item. New encounters also, the Rogue Exiles. This is going to be a PvP-like scenario with pretty much a 1v1 PvP-like fight. These Rogue encounters are going to be wearing different kind of unique gear, which you can obtain when defeating them. This was something that I was really excited about. Specifically, this could these just appear randomly, and it's just gonna be something. If you actually manage to defeat them, and they can be like 12 different ones, you get what they are wearing. So the next thing is going to be the unique strong boxes here. A lot of people were complaining about the strong boxes in endgame, and now we get a few unique strong boxes with differentiating encounters here. So this is also something new for the endgame. Another endgame system we are getting is going to be the Cleanse the Corruption. The main thing is going to be here that there are still going to be corrupted areas on your passive, on your Atlas tree. And once you actually are able to cleanse the corruption in these areas, you are going to be doing a nexus, and then all of these areas that were corrupted before are going to be cleansed. And when you then do the cleansed areas, when you actually defeat the bosses and the encounters in these cleansed areas, what you are going to get is going to be the Fracturing Orb. The Fracturing Orb you can then use on an item to lock in a random modifier that is not going to be able to be modified after. So this is going to be something that is going to be very important for endgame crafting, in my opinion. This is going to be the base for most of the absolute GG items in endgame. If you can get an item that has a certain modifiers that cannot be changed, and then you can just use this one to craft the absolute best of the best items here. This is going to be the Fracturing Orbs that you can obtain while clearing the corrupted areas on the map here. One of the best improvements I also saw yesterday in the stream, in my opinion, one of the best improvements here is the improvement to the endgame system of towers and map juicing. So we are getting a reduced amount of towers. So there's only, they said, about 1/3 of the towers now. So the tower range is much bigger now, and you can include up to 3 tablets in one tower. So the map juicing is going to be much easier, less tedious, and even stronger for the map juicing. Another new mechanic for endgame is the corrupted essences here. There are different corrupted essences. We have normal essences, greater essences, and you can now corrupt these essences on the map as well to have a chance to get the corrupted essences. These can be used on specific items. Let's say, for example, the Essence of Insanity here can be used only on belts, and it upgrades a normal normal item to a magic item, or a magic item to a rare item with one guaranteed property, can only be used on belts. On corruption, this item gains 2 enchantments. There are 4 different ones so far. So there is going to be much more capabilities in these essences. This is basically the full overview here on all the new endgame systems. There were a few things they didn't mention so far. Like I said in the beginning of the video, there is going to be a lot of balance changes. They didn't really say a lot about the balance changes in the talk after. But what they said is that it's basically going to be a nerf fest. So if there is something you feel like it is way too strong right now, it is most likely getting nerfed. What exactly is getting nerfed, we don't know so far. But as soon as we get the patch notes, there is going to be a lot of stuff that is probably gonna get nerfed. Also, a very big important thing that is not here on this website right here, but crafting is also getting some improvements added onto the new sockables that I talked about, the new runes and the new crafting options. We are also getting the recombinator. That is something that is fueled by expedition currency, and the recombinator works just like in POE1. Pretty much you put in 2 items, you pick the modifiers, you combine them, and you get 1 item out of it with the combined modifiers. So even crafting is getting a lot of upgrades. So yeah, I just wanted to do this quick rundown video on all the mechanics here. I hope this is a good way of actually getting a quick grasp of any of these mechanics here. Like I said, I will do a rundown of all the ascendancies in separate videos coming tomorrow and Sunday. And as soon as the patch notes drop, we will go over the patch notes as well. And then I will go for some videos explaining my strategy for the league start. I kind of figured right now planning strategies and going into speculation for the upcoming league start, it has not really a big upside, since it's mostly going to be speculation and I want to be factual at all times. So yeah, if you want to participate in the theory crafting, if you want to get some suggestions out or join the stream and watch me get ready for the new league, you can do so by joining my Twitch channel at www. No, I'm joking. If you go into Twitch TV/DadRabbit, you can just watch my stream if you want to. We are going to get ready for the new league in the coming few days with the community. So yeah, this has been my rundown here. I hope you like this. Stay tuned for more videos. Love you. Bye-bye.